Have you ever thought about the profound connection between you and your emotions? Welcome to the Better Off Guide YouTube channel. Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore emotional self-intimacy, a significant aspect of personal growth and understanding. Imagine an art form where the canvas is your mind, the colors are your emotions, and the paintbrush is your awareness. That's emotional self-intimacy. Emotional self-intimacy is the practice of deeply connecting with your emotions, understanding their nuances, and accepting them without judgment. It's about tuning into your inner world and learning to communicate with your feelings, rather than dismissing or suppressing them. Why is this important, you might ask? Well, in an age where we're often encouraged to mask our true feelings, emotional self-intimacy shines a light on our authentic selves. It allows us to develop a healthier and more genuine relationship with our own feelings. Now, let's talk benefits. Cultivating emotional self-intimacy can lead to increased self-awareness, better emotional regulation, and improved relationships. It can enhance mental health, boost self-esteem, and foster resilience. In short, emotional self-intimacy can enrich your life in countless ways. But let's be clear, emotional self-intimacy isn't about achieving a state of constant happiness or emotional perfection. It's about embracing the full spectrum of your emotions, from joy to sadness, from anger to excitement. It's about acknowledging that every emotion has its place and purpose within you. As we dive deeper into this topic, we'll explore various aspects of emotional self-intimacy, including understanding emotions as messengers, the role of self-awareness, the importance of self-compassion, and the art of setting boundaries and expressing needs. Each of these facets plays a vital role in cultivating a deep and meaningful relationship with your emotions, and ultimately, with yourself. So, are you ready to delve into the depths of your emotions and unlock the power of emotional self-intimacy? I promise it's a journey worth embarking on. Embrace the journey of emotional self-intimacy for a healthier and authentic relationship with yourself. Each emotion is a messenger carrying valuable insights about your inner world. Welcome to the second part of our journey into emotional self-intimacy. Today we will look at our emotions as messengers and how understanding these messages can lead to a profound self-understanding. Our emotions aren't just fleeting feelings. They are messengers, each carrying a unique message that provides insight into our inner world. They can reveal our deepest desires, our hidden fears, and our unmet needs. They are the vibrant colors that paint the canvas of our internal landscape. When we practice emotional self-intimacy, we're not just acknowledging these emotions, we're also learning to listen to them, to understand their language. We're opening ourselves up to the wisdom they carry, and in doing so, we're gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves. Imagine you're feeling anxious. This emotion isn't just an inconvenience, it's a messenger. It's telling you that something in your environment, or perhaps something within yourself, is causing you discomfort. By listening to this messenger, you can identify the source of your anxiety and take steps to address it. Or perhaps you're feeling joy. This emotion too is a messenger. It's telling you that something in your life is causing you happiness, that something is going right. By tuning into this joy, you can learn more about what brings you fulfillment and how to cultivate more of it in your life. But how do we listen to these messengers? We do so by practicing mindfulness, by creating a quiet space within ourselves where we can tune into our emotions without judgment or resistance. We do so by treating ourselves with compassion, recognizing that our emotions are a natural and valid part of our human experience. Remember, our emotions don't define us, but they do inform us. They provide us with valuable feedback about our experiences, our relationships, and most importantly, our relationship with ourselves. Listening to your emotions with openness and compassion leads to deeper self-understanding. The practice of emotional self-intimacy allows us to better understand these messages, to listen to them with an open heart, and to use their wisdom to guide our journey towards greater self-understanding and fulfillment. Self-awareness is the first step towards emotional self-intimacy. We often find ourselves navigating life on autopilot, our minds buzzing with 1,000 thoughts, leaving little room for introspection. But to unlock the power of emotional self-intimacy, we must first cultivate self-awareness. So what exactly is self-awareness? It's about being cognizant of our emotions, thoughts, and reactions. It's about consciously acknowledging what we are feeling without rushing to label or judge these emotions. Now, how does self-awareness fit into the puzzle of emotional self-intimacy? Well, imagine trying to navigate a labyrinth in the dark. That's what it's like trying to understand our emotions without self-awareness. But once we switch on the light of self-awareness, the path to understanding our emotions becomes clearer. One effective way to foster self-awareness is through regular self-check-ins. Pause at various moments throughout the day and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? It could be joy or frustration, calm or anxiety, or perhaps a mix of emotions. The key here is to observe without judgment, to let yourself feel without immediately reacting. Another tool to enhance self-awareness is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, of paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without letting them sweep you away. It's like being an impartial observer of your own life. As you practice mindfulness, you'll find that you become more attuned to your emotions. You'll begin to notice patterns, triggers, and responses that you might have previously missed. And with this knowledge, you can make more informed decisions, respond instead of react, and develop a deeper, more intimate relationship with yourself. In the end, self-awareness is not a destination, but a journey. It's a continual process of discovery and understanding. It's a path that leads to emotional self-intimacy, to a more genuine and authentic relationship with ourselves. Cultivate mindfulness and presence to fully experience your emotions. Treat yourself with the kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. This is the mantra of self-compassion, a cornerstone of emotional self-intimacy. In the realm of emotional self-intimacy, self-compassion is the gentle voice that encourages you to be kind to yourself, especially in moments of struggle or pain. It's the understanding that it's okay to be imperfect, to make mistakes, or to feel confused. After all, we are human beings navigating a complex world, and we're bound to stumble along the way. Self-compassion is about acknowledging your feelings without judgment. It's about giving yourself permission to feel and to be. Whether you're feeling joy, sadness, anger, or any other emotion, self-compassion encourages you to embrace these feelings as they are, without trying to suppress or control them. But how do we practice self-compassion? It starts by changing the way we talk to ourselves. Instead of harsh self-criticism, we can choose words of kindness and understanding. Instead of berating ourselves for our mistakes, we can remind ourselves that it's okay to be imperfect. Instead of ignoring our pain, we can acknowledge it and give ourselves the care and comfort we need. Another integral part of self-compassion is embracing our vulnerabilities. Our vulnerabilities make us human. They shape us, mold us, and define who we are. They are not weaknesses to be ashamed of, but rather they are strengths that make us unique. By embracing our vulnerabilities, we allow ourselves to grow and evolve, to become more authentic and more emotionally intimate with ourselves. In the end, self-compassion is not about self-indulgence or self-pity. It's about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we extend to others. It's about realizing that we are deserving of love and respect, from others and from ourselves. So as you continue your journey of emotional self-intimacy, remember to be kind to yourself. Remember to embrace your feelings, your mistakes, and your vulnerabilities. Remember to practice self-compassion. Embrace your vulnerabilities, they make you human. Emotional self-intimacy involves setting healthy boundaries and expressing your needs assertively. This is not just about saying no when you need to, but also about saying yes to what truly serves you. It's about understanding your limits, respecting them, and learning to communicate them effectively to others. Setting boundaries is a way of honoring your needs, your time, and your emotional space. It's about creating a safe space for your emotions to exist, free from judgment or intrusion. This is crucial in nurturing emotional self-intimacy. Expressing your needs, on the other hand, is about being honest and assertive, about asking for what you need in a respectful yet firm manner. It's about standing up for yourself and your emotional well-being. In this journey of emotional self-intimacy, remember to keep your own well-being at the forefront. This isn't about being selfish, it's about self-care. Honor your feelings and prioritize your well-being. Emotional self-intimacy is a powerful practice that enriches every aspect of your life. We've journeyed deep today, exploring the art of connecting to our emotions profoundly, understanding their nuances, and embracing them without judgment. We've learned to see our feelings as messengers, each carrying valuable insights about our inner world. We've highlighted the importance of self-awareness in this process, the practice of checking in with ourselves regularly and being present in each moment. We've also discussed the role of self-compassion, treating ourselves with kindness, and embracing our vulnerabilities and imperfections. Additionally, we've touched on the significance of setting healthy boundaries and expressing our needs assertively. Remember, the journey towards emotional self-intimacy is ongoing. It's about growth, patience, and celebrating each step we take towards emotional freedom and authenticity. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of emotional self-intimacy. Until next time, stay emotionally intimate with yourself.